safety information. There are life jackets available. No standing on the seats, and no sitting on the back of your seats. Okay? I'll mention this right now, and hopefully you believe me. We're going to see the Statue of Liberty from both sides of the boat. So those on your right side, where we see it first, can stay, stay there. But more importantly, those on the left side can stay there if you want, instead of everybody running over to this side, because the captain's going to turn the boat around so you can see it from your side too. All right, so welcome everybody. The building to your right over there, that low building with the orange roof, is the New York City Police Museum. It's in the first precinct building. If you want to find out the history of the New York City Police Department, all 35,000 plus of them, and other information, that's a very good place to start. And it's down in the Wall Street area. Okay, this heliport to our right is the largest heliport in Manhattan, on Manhattan. And yesterday, President Obama flew into this heliport, along with his 3 helicopters, his helicopter and 2 other identical helicopters, so nobody knows which helicopter he's on. So 3 helicopters landed at the same time. He's here for the United Nations General Assembly, which happens this year, around this time, every year, and also many other heads of state are here as well. All right, this pier to your right, the first pier is a pier. Noisy helicopter. All right, there's a pier to Governor's Island, which I'll talk about a little later. And this pier, oh wow, how opportune. There's a Staten Island ferry in a park in that pier, right over there. I was just going to talk about the Staten Island ferry. Anybody has been on it yet? It's a nice cruise, and you want to know what the nicest things about it? It's free! Woo! You don't have to pay anything. Not many things in New York are free, but that's free. It goes to the borough of Staten Island from right there, and you can take it back, all for no money. And it's a nice cruise. You're going to be on a great cruise today too, but that's another cruise you can go on to get a great view of New York Harbor. But we're going to come a lot closer to the Statue of Liberty than that ferry goes to. Okay. All right, we're coming to Battery Park, which is one of the old, to the right, which is one of the oldest parts of Manhattan. When the Dutch came, the Dutch were the first colonists of Manhattan. They were back down here, and they built a stockade down here, a fort, in the Battery. Okay? So it's one of the oldest parts of the city. Quickly, that boat that you see to the right, Statue Cruises, that's the only boat that docks at the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. No other boat can dock there. So if anybody tells you, come on my boat, we dock at the Statue of Liberty, they're not telling the truth. That's the only boat that actually lands at the Statue of Liberty. So if you want to go, we're going to have great, fantastic views of the statue on our boat today, but somebody who feels like they actually have to walk on the island, then you can take the cruise, to the other cruise if you want. Okay. No, we don't get off, we just get very close. Okay, that low building to our right with the green trim, that's called the United States Custom House in Bowling Green, which is right on the Bowery. Right there, Broadway begins, the famous Broadway, which is the longest street in Manhattan. Actually, Broadway goes all the way up to Albany, New York, which is how many miles? Very far up. Albany is the capital of New York State. Okay, the building with the tower on the right we're coming up to is Pier A, the oldest pier in New York City. It's an historic pier. The clock on the tower was from a ship It was used at some, it's not used anymore, but at one time it was used by the fire department, fire boats dock there. And it's a memorial to the 116,000 American servicemen that died during World War I. All right, now we're coming to an area called Battery, on the right, to an area called Battery Park City. Now, the pyramid structure building with 6 tiers to it, and the building next door is the Museum of Jewish Heritage, a living memorial to the Holocaust. The 6 tiers represent the 6 million Jews that were murdered by the Nazis during the Holocaust, and the 6 sides of the Star of David. It's a museum that goes over Jewish heritage, Jewish customs, the Holocaust, and Jewish renewal. I'm a tour guide there, that's why I plug it a little bit. But it's an excellent museum though. Okay, now we're coming to Battery Park City. Now this is a relatively new area of Manhattan. It was built with landfill from the construction of the original Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. So millions of tons and tons of dirt were taken away and moved here, and dirt, debris, garbage, etc. were used to build this area of the city, Battery Park City. And if you see, you have great views of New York Harbor if you live there. And you see the Esplanade right in front. That's a great place to walk or jog right along. What river are we on now? Does anybody know? Hudson, great, very good. You get, I don't know what you get, but you're right. The Hudson River, right. Discovered by Henry Hudson in 1609, an Englishman who was sailing for the Dutch East India Company. He found the river and went up. This river is, like many other rivers are not, this river is salty, it's salt water, because we're right near the Atlantic Ocean. As you go north, the river becomes fresh water. Okay, oh, okay. Now we're coming to the financial area of New York, the World Financial Center. This is the heart of the financial district of New York, and we can even say the world. The building with right in front of us now with the dome on top, that's the Merrill Lynch building, and right behind that was where the original World Trade Center Twin Towers stood. There can be no building on that area now. So Merrill Lynch, American Express, Dow Jones all have offices here. And that glass building in front of us, to our right, is the Winter Garden. Inside are trees, plants, shrubs of all sorts, and they have events there, such as concerts, parties, etc. Now, right behind this building is the World Trade Center, formerly known as the Freedom Tower, 1,776 feet tall. Does anybody know why it's 1,776 feet tall? That exact what? Why? Anybody? Do you have any people from the United States on this boat? Yes, okay, because on July 4, 1776, that's when the United States, the American colonies declared its independence from Great Britain. We didn't get our independence because we fought a war with Britain, which ended in 1783. But that's when we declared our independence. That's why it's exactly 1,776 feet tall, with the antenna. It's the largest building in the United States and the largest building in the Western Hemisphere. Okay, we're soon going to be docking at the